It's Judy on the radio, building dreams and achieving more, telling it just like it is. Most of all, keeping it real. Are you ready for real talk? Changing lives and communities. Real talk. Saving all our families. Real talk. Bringing hope for you and me. Real talk. Real talk with Judy. Real talk with Judy on the radio. Real talk with Judy. Real talk with Judy on the radio.
Well, hello, and welcome to the Real Talk with Judy live radio show. I want to thank you for joining me and giving me the honor and the privilege to come into your life for 1 hour. I greatly appreciate it. You're going to be empowered, inspired, and motivated. I promise you that you're going to be absolutely motivated to take your life from what I call, what the Holy Spirit, I believe, dropped in my mind today, to take your health from poverty to wealth. You're going to get guidelines and scriptures and motivation and all of that today. As we dive into that, it's going to increase your faith, because everything you want to accomplish is possible if you only believe. Philippians 4:13, the Amplified Bible said, I can do all things which he has called me to do through him who strengthens and empowers me to fulfill his purpose. I am self-sufficient in Christ's sufficiency. I am ready for anything and equal to anything through him who infuses me with inner strength and confident peace, which means, all in a nutshell, you can do it. I can do all things through Christ who strengthen me. My sisters and brothers, you got to see it before you see it, or you never will see it. And that's Real Talk. Again, I am Dr. Judy, your host for the Real Talk, this amazing and impactful live radio show. To all of you, thank you for joining me again on the Real Talk with Judy live show. Whether you're via radio, Facebook Live, YouTube, Instagram, the radio app, and to all of you outside of Tallahassee who continuously support me, I do want to say thank you. I appreciate you very, very much. Again, I am honored that you have chosen to give me the opportunity to speak into your life with the guests that I bring on for 1 hour. I greatly appreciate that. But go ahead, do me a favor. Y'all know I got to do this before I get started. Go ahead, text, email, tag, and share this to everybody. Call, tag, text, whatever you have to do to get them on here, especially those who have any type of health condition. You want to lose weight, you need to tune up, whatever. We want to get back into with our bodies and our mind. He's going to talk about it. I'm telling you, our bodies, our mind, our body take us to our mind. Our mind takes us. It's going to be great. I'm telling you. So do me a favor, get everybody on as we talk to them about this. So let me go ahead and do that. You go ahead and get everybody on, okay? Hey, Mama. I want to say hello to my mama. Hello, Mama. That's my mama all the way in Fort Lauderdale, Dr. Irma Hunter Wesley. She just went home from the hospital last night. She told them, Coach O, she told them, y'all let me out of here or I know something. When she started feeling better, y'all, my mom started screaming. My sister Tanya said my mom started yelling at. They thought she couldn't talk loud. They said my mother started yelling. The nurses and everybody come running in. They were like, Miss Wesley, what's wrong? She said, I want to get out of here. That's what's wrong. Get me out of here. And they said, well, you can't go right now. She said, oh, yes, I can too. She took her oxygen off. She was taking things off because she said she was going. Then she told Tanya that my husband, she said, Gerald would come get me. Gerald, come get me. Of course, he couldn't. That means she felt better, y'all, because that's Irma right there. So I'm so glad my mom was home, doing well, eating. I thank God for my sister Tanya, who always bring her back to good health. She liked the sea moss too. We're gonna talk about that. My mom liked that sea moss, and we're gonna talk about that. And I'm going home in a little bit, and I'm gonna take that sea moss straight to her. I sure am, because she wants it, and she's going to get it. So y'all go ahead and contact everybody. Then I want to say hello to my husband. Hello, mama. So I mean, ooh, that was my mama. My mama ain't my husband. My mama. My husband's at work today. But I want to thank God so very much for him, such an honorable man, whom I love. And we're going on 44 years of marriage. 44 years of marriage. And we love every bit of it. 44 years of marriage. And so we are thankful for that. And again, to Priscilla John Louis, who has caused this show to be highlighted in other cities. Um, Her production, the flyers, everything have caused me to win two awards. I'm up for two more in February. I'll be flying down there. Uh, I told my company to bring back both of them. I don't know how they vote, but I want them to know I'm coming to bring back. I'm flying down there to bring both of the awards back. So, Priscilla, I want to thank you for all of your sacrifices and everything you do to make this show what it is, and to all of your staff members who help you. Thank you so very much. And again, to you, the greatest audience ever, I want to thank you for tuning in every time this show is on. Thank you so very much. I meet you in the street, and because I can't remember everybody's name, I just want to say thank you to everybody who's tuned in. I appreciate you. I count it an honor that you would give me 1 hour of your time and that you look forward to it. I greatly appreciate it. Staying in your car, taking lunch break, driving home in the evening, listen to the replays, and I appreciate you. I just want you to know that. So today, I am beyond excited. I really am. This young man here, I believe, want to see all of us live long. When he talk, now he might sound a little angry when he talking sometimes, because he want us healthy. He really does. He want us healthy. God has anointed this young man to help us be healthy if we do it. He gives us the information. He really gives me the information. And I'm sure he does everybody like he does me. I cannot go get CMOS without getting a message. I am going to get a message. I am going to get a 15 or 30 minute message if that gym ain't full. I am going to get a message. He's going to tell me that Pastor Judy, he gives me scripture. But what I appreciate about it is he cares. He really cares about my health and everybody else's health. He really does. And so I wanted to bring him on my show because I knew he would be a help to all of us. We got so many sicknesses going around now and so many things, but we could prevent some things if we take care of ourselves. So I want to bring him on. He's going to help me strategically navigate you to the start or continuation or of better health. The scripture, and I get to that. He's going to give us scriptures. He's going to give us knowledge. He's going to give us experience. I think he's from either Trinidad or Jamaica. He's going to tell us.
I'm from Jamaica.
Oh, he's from Jamaica. That's my favorite place, too. I love Jamaica. But y'all, I want to bring on to you the health pastor, the health preacher, for real he is. And that is Coach Oneil Brown, better known as Coach O to everybody. And I met a young man in the restaurant last night, and he said, "You're going to have Coach O on your show." I said, "You're going to tune in?" He told me, "Yeah, I got to tune in." If he bring in a whole lot of people like that, I'm going to have him on here once a month, 2 or 3 times a month. Amen. But I want to bring on to you all Coach Oneil Brown. Coach O, welcome to the Real Talk with Judy show.
Thank you very much, and thank you for having me. First and foremost, Happy New Year.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So we're glad to have. I am so glad that your schedule permitted you to be on here with me today. And y'all, he's wearing a sweatshirt. I want to get me one. Excuses don't get results. And he's big on that. He's big on that. Excuses don't get resolved. So, Coach O, tell our listener audience a little bit about yourself so they can get to know you.
Well, I was originally born in Jamaica, raised in New York City, from Jamaica to the concrete jungles of Far Rockaway, Queens, New York. Yeah, yeah, born in Jamaica and raised in New York.
Wow.
Yes, Queens, New York.
Queens.
Far Rockaway, Queens.
That's what it's called?
Yes.
Far Rockaway, Queens.
We call it Far Rock.
Far.
Yeah.
And why y'all call it that?
That's Far Rock. We just, it's Far Rockaway.
Oh,
We say
okay.
Far Rock.
Okay.
Yeah, the Rock.
Okay. So you were born in Jamaica and raised in Far Rock, New York.
Yes.
Oh man, that is awesome. That is awesome. And tell us a little bit more about you. How did you get into this health stuff?
Well, health was something that was taught from I was a child from my mother. Teached us what to eat from what the Word of God says, and everything. So basically, as a child, my mother never took us out to eat. Yeah, never did. She cooked every day for us. And growing also, I migrated here when I was real young. So living in Jamaica, we lived off the land.
Okay.
So to be real, I'm accustomed to, even when storms come and there's no electricity, because I never grew up with lights. I never grew up with a flushing toilet or a shower. Like you stand in the shower and you turn it on. We used to take our bath outside or in a pan.
Really?
Yeah.
So I guess this question won't sound too far off. I hope you took a shower in the rain.
Yeah. If we outside right on the gun.
Really?
Yes. Yeah. So it wasn't nothing because we didn't have any of these things. We didn't have a stove like you go in a kitchen where you turn on a stove. We cooked outside literally. If you see some of our kitchens, it wasn't anything like the nowadays. Outside. But life was good. There wasn't it wasn't about who had money or anything like that.
Okay.
Basically whatever God gave us, that's what we had.
And Coach O, I love going to Jamaica. I've always wanted to go to Hawaii. So my husband took me to Hawaii. I've been to a whole bunch of Hawaii places because I've always wanted to go. Been to Italy. Been to we've been around the world. We're around the world. Stayed there weeks and stuff. My favorite place is Jamaica. Out of every year when time for our anniversary, I want to go to Jamaica. And one of the things I love about Jamaica, number one, the people are genuinely together. It seems like they love each other. And so when we take the tours and we go into the villages or the real Jamaican, not just on the resort.
Yes.
The only place they won't let me go, Coach, is Kingston.
Kingston is not a bad place. Kingston is a nice place. It's just like anywhere else.
Okay.
It's just like anywhere. You're gonna have your good areas. You're gonna have, it's just like anywhere else. You're gonna have bad areas. Just like here in the United States, you got certain areas, hey, you don't want to go.
Right.
I wouldn't recommend for you to go, especially by yourself, especially if you don't know someone else. But overall, we just gotta take the opportunity and just go and not be afraid.
Yeah.
Fear not.
Yeah.
Fear not. Just go with someone to where you're going to have a good time.
Yeah.
You want to go there.
So when I go, we're going to Jamaica. I think we're going in October. I think we're going to Jamaica. And I said I want to go. And one lady, I've had two ladies tell me when I'm going. They're from Jamaica and from Kingston.
Yeah. Go with them. You'll see a different outlook. So when you experience it for yourself, because one of the greatest teachers in life is what? Experience. Yeah, so when you experience it, you be like, yeah, man, I have to come back here again. I want to come back here. Son.
Y'all hear that? See, that's what I love right there. I love that accent. I love that. And they have taught us when we've gone over there how to eat different things for our health.
Yes.
The berries and all of this stuff, they taught us how to eat it.
It's so, for a small island, it's a small, but it's so unique. You know, the Caribbean island overall, the Caribbean itself, you know, it plays a big part, you know, in our health. It plays a big part in our health. You know, I mean, when you look at it, I call it paradise. A taste of paradise.
Okay.
Yeah.
How come?
Because good weather.
True.
Good food. The sun practically shines throughout the year. You know, I mean, it's just a place where you could feel peace from within. You know, although it may not be like, you know, certain countries where you have, you know, easier stuff to get to, but at the end of the day, you could find a lot of peace and happiness there.
That might be what I love about it, Coach, is that it is peaceful.
Yeah.
It really is. It's a peaceful place. Even getting off the plane, meeting the native there, it is wonderful. You know, and I've learned that sometimes when they're talking, they're not. One of the guys said, "No, that wasn't me, Mama. That wasn't me, Mama." And I'm Mama to all of them. All I guess they call all of the older women Mama.
Yeah.
I mean, they just make you feel. I don't know. It is a peaceful place.
I believe if you go down there more often, man, you'll be just like us. You'll be like, yo, that me like, you know, I want some of that. Give me some of that, and you know, yo, come over here, some man. You know, see how you say for flex and all that.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So, Coach, one of the things, and like I told the people, every time I see you, you're speaking words of health and wealth, not financial health. I mean, financial wealth. But even as I was preparing, and right before I called to ask him to come on, the Lord just spoke to me, and He let me know that this show of Coach O can help our health go from poverty to wealth. Go from poverty to wealth. I don't know about you all. I don't want to die unnecessarily. And to me, an unnecessary death is not taking care of our bodies, and we can. What do you say about that?
It is our duty as humans while living on this earth. God did not just place us here just to be sedentary. It is our duty as human beings to take care of ourselves, because at the end of the day, God is our Father, and He gave us the instruction from the beginning of time, from creation. He gave us the instruction of how we should take care of ourselves, what we should eat and what we should not eat, no matter what, because God is God and God's never change.
Mm-hmm.
So I am the Lord thy God, and I change not. And because of love, God gave us His Son. He sent His Son, okay? And He said, for God so loved the world that He gave us His only begotten Son. Jesus came, He died for our sins. And even while we were in sin, God still loved us.
Yes.
So it's our duty to what? Just give it back all to Him. And if we take care of ourselves, this is not about just taking care of ourselves to be, hey, you know what? I'm the best looking man, or I'm the best. You know, take good care of yourself so you can show others what it is to serve God. Because we're not going to serve Him with our money. We're not going to serve Him with our degrees. We're going to serve Him with our time spent with Him. You know, so we can serve others and show others, hey, this is the way. And why not take better care of yourself from within?
Wow. Because it goes from within, it comes from within out.
Yeah.
Because, and that's the truth, Coach, because when you go to the doctor, just about everything is done from within.
Yes.
They're checking your blood levels. That's within. They're checking your potassium. They're checking your calcium. They're checking everything from within. I just thought about that when you said that. That is true. So everything is within.
It's within. So we have to be mindful of what we also put inside of our body. Not to mention what we listen to, where we go, and everything like that. So everything is about balancing. You know, we want to balance our life, making sure everything's adding up. Because it's not about being perfect. No one is perfect.
Mm-hmm.
But in the meantime, at the end of the day, you know what? We want to know that we're doing what's right.
Mm-hmm.
We want to know what we're doing what's right. It's not about being a vegan or a vegetarian. Okay, because I would never say you need to be a vegan, but I would recommend to you what you need to eat to become more healthier from within. So, you know, most of us, you know, sometimes you pass information on, some won't.
Right.
You know,
right.
Some will take it, some won't. Some will run with it. Some will be like, man, you know what?
Exactly.
What is he talking about, or what is she talking about? So at the end of the day, all you could do is just pass it on. Not just pass it on, but also live it.
Oh, you know? That's it right there. I want to say hello to everyone who's joining. Thank you so very much, Minister Howard. Once again, she gets everybody on. Thank you, Minister Howard. Prophet Pace, thank you for being on. To all of those who's tuning in, thank you all so very much. But you know what, Coach O, that is the truth. You can only pass on the information. One of the main thing to me, one of the most important thing you just said, you got to live it. People need to see you living it. No need in passing on something if you're not living it. Same thing with preachers. Same thing with teachers. Anybody. No, if you're gonna be a math teacher, please know how to do math.
That's right.
You know, don't just put somebody in place just to fill a spot. That would happen to some of our teachers. Coach, 3 John 1 and 2.
Yes, beloved.
3 John, the first chapter 1 and 2. Beloved, I wish above all things that thou mayest prosper and be in health, even as thy soul prosper. Let me read in the Amplified Bible. It said, Beloved, I pray that in every way you may succeed and prosper and be in good health physically, just as I know your soul prospers spiritually. Coach O, what is good health?
Good health is knowing that, okay, waking up in the morning, go to sleep, you know, getting your proper rest. It's about mentally, physically, and spiritually. Or you could go spiritually, mentally, and physically. You have to be wholehearted. You got to be You got to be 200% committed to it. And if you're not committed to health, then what are you committed to? Wow. And being committed, it requires discipline. And when we're not disciplined, then guess what? It's like 1 foot in, 1 foot out. And you already know what the good book said. No man cannot serve two masters.
Right.
Either you hot or you cold. You cannot be lukewarm. You cannot want to be, oh, I want to be healthy today, and then next week you're unhealthy. If you notice, even Google knows that most people, when they start a New Year resolution, by the second Friday of January, they know most people are going to quit.
Wow.
Because they aren't what? Committed, and they're not disciplined. And if Google knows that, then you know something is up.
Yes, sir.
So we got to start looking from within and stop looking out on the out. Just look at yourself. Just hold yourself accountable. And don't go by, you see all these social media coaches that, hey, I did this in 6. It's not about 6 weeks. Everything takes time. Good health takes time. I didn't get to where I'm at overnight. You didn't get to where you're at overnight.
I sure did.
It's a process. And we have to be patient enough to just wait on it. But in the meantime, as you're waiting, guess what? You just don't sit down and say, oh, Lord, I need this right now. Lord, I need. No, you got to take action, because God is God of action. If you want to be healed, it's not just about praying only. Prayer is everything, but God requires action. Just like the woman, the issue, the woman with the issue of blood. It didn't say how far she was coming from.
It
didn't say how much money she spent, but you know, for 12 years, she heard about this man, and she took, it was faith.
Yes.
But faith requires what? Action. And if we're not willing, we could say, hey, I can do all things through Christ Jesus, who strengthened me. Each and every day. Because yes, you can talk it, but are you willing to go after it?
Oh.
Wow. That's the part. Are you willing to go after it? It's not about sacrifice. Yeah. Because, you know, we can say, no. The last time I read it said obedience is better than sacrifice.
Did it say that?
That's what it said. I didn't say that's what it is.
That's what the word say. That's what the word say.
So we have to be obedient to what it is, to when we expect, not want, but expect good health, because each and every day want shows up in our conversation. Expectation shows up in our behavior.
Say that again.
Want shows up in our conversation. Expectation shows up in our behavior.
Oh. Y'all got that? Wow. Wow. You have mentioned several times about our mind.
Yes.
So how much does our mind play in our expectation?
What we have to do is come to a point to say, you know what? I am doing this for me. Okay. This body does not belong to my mother. It doesn't belong to my sister. It doesn't belong to my brother. It doesn't belong to my husband. It doesn't belong to my wife. It doesn't belong to my coach. It belongs to me. God has loaned me this body. And it's for me now to make sure my mind is renewed daily. Let this mind be in you that also was in Christ Jesus. So each and every day, I must be prepared. I must prepare my mind, because the biggest enemy is not Satan himself. It's you.
Yeah.
There's this old African proverb that says, if there's no enemy from within, the enemy on the outside cannot do you no harm. So you got to look deep from within. The first person I must defeat every day is me.
Yeah.
I got to understand that if I'm not capable of defeating myself, then guess what? I'm no good. I'm no match for the enemy. Because I've already given victory.
Because I haven't defeated myself, which starts in my mind.
Which starts in the mind. So we have to renew our mind daily.
Daily. And that comes with discipline.
Discipline, yes.
And obedience.
Obedience.
Not sacrifice.
Obedience. Because the sacrifice already made.
Yeah.
This is why I always, when people ask me, Coach Oneil, why do you eat healthy? Why do you? Because I love it. It's not because I like it. Oh, it's not because, you know what? Because I want to see my fat. No, that's all good. Yes, once I'm doing this and I'm doing it right, everything, but love. You see, love.
Wow.
That's why you go back to the good book. It said, the Bible said, love covers a what? Multitude of sin. So love requires what? Action. God took action. So all we have to do when it comes to our health, take action.
Take action. Take action.
Take action. And if we take action, it's a process. It's an everyday grind. It's an everyday, if you want to call it battle, if you want to call it, it's an everyday fight. It's an everyday battle. But understand that victory awaits us. Victory. And we can win. But all we have to do, we got to be more disciplined.
Coach, talk to us about getting this discipline for our health. How do we start? Because I know, and you are absolutely right about, I didn't know the percentage of the day. I know a lot of people start off in January. The people at the gym love it. People come get gym contracts or whatever. They join the gym and all of this because they're going to lose 35 pounds next week and all of this stuff. But give us some, and you mentioned too that 65 pounds in a week of that right there, that stuff don't last either. I was told that some people coming off some of those diet stuff, they gain more weight after that. But help us, talk to all of that, but help us get on the right road to the discipline of our health. And what you're talking, Coach, will help us holistically.
Yes.
That's what I'm hearing.
Yes.
This is going to help us holistically.
Because we have to go back to the foundation. The foundation, we all came from earth, right? So I've always recommend to any of my clients, I said, I don't do weight loss. Because when you come to me, I am not about weight loss. I'm about lifestyle change. So I'm about lifestyle. So it's like this. Genetics load the gun, but lifestyle pulls the trigger.
Wow.
So we have to understand that anything that we want to maintain for the rest of our life, we have to make changes along the way. You know, one of the hardest things for people to do, right, is to make changes.
Yes, sir.
And to maintain it.
Yes, sir.
And we have to understand that once we start making these changes, it will produce what? Good lifestyle habits.
That's what we want. We want lifestyle habits that become automatic.
Automatic. But it doesn't happen. A baby doesn't just come out of their mother's womb and be like, you know what? Oh, today I'm just going to walk.
Exactly.
It takes time. But if you notice with that baby, right? Few months, you know, start holding on to something. They fall down and they get back up.
Oh.
They fall down, they get back up. And now as parents, what we'll do, we'll run to that baby and be like, oh, no, sometimes this battle, you got to take it on by, like Coach Prime said, it's personal.
It's personal.
You got to take it on by yourself, but knowing that God is with you.
Wow.
And God is never going to leave you nor forsake you. He said, lo, I am with you always, even until the end.
This is good. This is good.
So good health. It is God why would God put us on this earth and say, you know what, I'm just gonna leave you guys by yourself and not give you the blueprint, not the carbon copy, but the original blueprint.
He did.
And when you go back to Genesis, it's right there. Genesis 1:29. It's there. It's there. It is there. And it's not about, oh, you know, veganism. No, these are all trends that they have come up with.
Right. Right.
And we grasp onto it, you know. But what we don't understand that as human beings, we can become whatever we want to become. That's so great in the eye of God. But so many times, doubt and fear kicks in.
Wow.
Because now our faith has been wounded.
Wow. That's, yeah.
And we know more than anything, if we can think it, if we believe in it, all we have to do, like I said earlier, we just got to take action. And most time, we don't take the action that we need. Because we could talk it all day.
We could talk it all day.
I say this to people. I'm never going to recommend something to you if I'm not doing it. Okay. It's just like when I'm juicing. I would never say to anyone out there on my social media page or my clients, hey, you know, buy this juice or this one, and I don't have it.
You know,
you're going to understand, hey, Coach Oneil is serious about this thing right here. He doesn't have time for play. You know, when he's going all in.
That's what he say too. I don't have time to play.
Yeah.
I don't have time to play. So Coach, oh wow. So y'all, he gave us how to keep going. Number one, we got to see it. Yeah. We got to desire it. We got to make it personal. Goes in my book. It says show up for you. Yes. So we got to show up in our health for us. I'm not showing up for Gerald. I'm showing up for Judy, because my getting healthy or not being healthy does not directly affect him. Indirectly, if he has to take care of me, it would affect him. But I got to take care of me. And I can't put all this stuff in me and expect me to just live and live and live. Now, Coach, I was laughing because I said, now I'm going to stop. I mean, I can not have some stuff, but every now and then, now I'm going to let you talk about our every now and then, but every now and then, Coach, some collard greens with some good pig feet, every now and then, I ain't say every day now, every day, but some good pig feet and, come on, Carolyn, smoked neck bones and all that kind of stuff. Every now and then, what do you say something to about every now and then?
The time will come when you will know when not to have it anymore. The time will come, because at the end of the day, it is not for me to tell you you cannot have it, because you will know when enough is enough. You will
Oh,
know.
I love this teaching.
You will know when you will be like, you know what? I'm sick and tired of what? Being sick and tired. I'm sick and tired of going to these doctors and being on these prescription drugs, and they change telling they're giving me another one up on top of another one. You know what? There has to be something out there. And guess what it is?
Yes.
When you look at it, yes, you can still, as you're making your step to becoming a better person from within, as you're making yourself to be healthier from within, yes, you still take your medication, but in the meantime, you could still now practice healthy eating. You know, there are 8 great doctors that most people don't know. These 8 doctors.
Give them to us.
Number 1, it starts with nutrition. Number 2, exercise. Number 3, water. Number 4, sunshine. Number 5, temperance. Number 6, air. Number 7, rest. And number 8, which should be number 1, trusting in God. And when you put that together, you get new start. A new start.
Those are the 8 great doctors.
The 8th greatest doctor in the world. And if you just take action, I can assure you your life will change. Nutrition, exercise, water, sunshine, temperance, air, rest, and trusting in God. And when you look at it, we all struggle with what? Nutrition. We all struggle with exercise. We all struggle not drinking an adequate amount of water. We don't get enough vitamin D, natural sunlight. If you want your body to heal, spend more time in the sun.
How much time should we spend in the sun?
At least 15 to 20 minutes a day.
15 to 20 minutes?
Yes.
That's it?
That's it. But you still need your vitamin D, you
right.
need, but 15 to 20, you'll be amazed what the sunlight do for you. It recharges your body. It helps with your bone. It helps you better sleep. Your skin, your hair, everything. It fires you up.
Wow.
That natural vitamin D.
Talk about a little bit about those 8 doctors. Y'all take notes, okay? Take notes on this. And I have Coach O here to talk with them. My desire, my personal desire is to be better healthy. And that's the truth. I'm sick and tired of the drugs. Don't want to take another blood pressure pill at all. Okay? And I know what I need to do. And so I want to bring Coach O on here because same thing I want for me, I want for you. I do. I want us all to prosper and be in good health as our soul prospers. We don't want to just be spiritually productive or growing. We don't want that just to happen, but we want to grow both physically and say I want to that you prosper and be in good health. He wants us to not to be broke, going from paycheck. That's discipline. And then in our health, that is that's the number one financial industry in the world. They make the most money than anybody. The health industry. And so I wanted to bring him on so he could help all of us. He could help me, he could help you, help every last one of us to see ourselves living a better life physically. So we can rest at night.
Yes.
So we can, a lady gave me, Coach, I was preaching one night and I sat down, she gave me a box of tea. Chamomile tea.
Yes.
She said, when you get home and take your shower, she said, drink this tea. She said, make it hot. And I was like, chamomile tea? I said, yes, ma'am. It was the older lady.
Yes.
I went home, took a shower. My husband made the tea for me. When I got out, I took the tea. In about 15 minutes, I was sound asleep. Yes. When I woke up the next morning, I felt so refreshed.
Yes.
And I was like, and I told her, she said, I'm gonna give you a couple other tea. She said, don't drink Pepsi, don't drink this. Drink this tea when you go home. And when I tell you it relaxed me, until right now, that's what I take at night. I don't even know. I just take that just to relax. And it relaxes me. But she gave me the information, Coach. But if I wouldn't have taken heed to it, I'd still be exhausted.
Yes. Yes. And when you talk about teas, I get this one. What I'm gonna speak about is caffeine. We are running off caffeine so much to the point where we don't understand. It dehydrates the body. Caffeine, and people will say, well, coffee is plant, but when you look at it, guess what? It dehydrates your body.
Uh-huh.
It dehydrates. It messes with your liver and your kidneys. God, remember, if God already, if there's the original,
Mm-hmm.
if we could understand, going back to the original, like instead of drinking coffee, I recommend burdock root.
You recommend what?
Burdock root. See, these are things that we don't know about.
You recommend what?
Burdock.
Burdock.
Yeah, BURDOCK, burdock root.
What is that?
It's a root that's from the earth. It's loaded with iron. Yes. You roast it, put it in your pot, roast it, add your spring water to it, strain it, add, if you want to add a little sweetener to it, some agave or some honey, and boom. And I promise you, you will never feel like you're on that high. Burdock root. It's good for your joints. It's good for inflammation.
Where do you get that from?
You
have to call Coach
and
order it?
Yeah, nah, I can tell you where you could get it.
Oh, okay. Sterling, she said he heard of that.
Burdock root.
Never heard of that.
It is, you have your dandelion, you have your elderberry, you have your sarsaparilla, you have your red clover blossom. It is so much out there. So what we have to do now, if we really want our bodies to be healed the proper way, and don't get me wrong, we do need medicine, because if there's some form of sickness that come upon you, we must go and seek our what? Doctors. You don't come to me if you break your leg.
Right.
Because that's not who I am.
Right.
But when you seek your doctors that have done the surgery, and after a certain amount of weeks and months nowadays, okay, now you come to me to where I can help you strengthen it. Okay? Because even before you come see me, they're going to have you go through therapy and everything. But you don't just go to someone, and you're not going to come to me for surgery.
No, not at all.
Not at all.
No, sir.
But what I can help you with is how we could prevent you from having surgery by what we put inside of our body. So when you look at those teas, these teas are amazing. Ginger tea. You have stomach issue. You have ginger tea. Mullein. A lot of us carrying a lot of mucus in our system. And guess what? Mucus causes what? Inflammation. And the number one disease, you know what the number one disease is?
What is it?
It's inflammation. Yes. So when we could clear up that mucus and say we start eating healthy, you know what's going to be better for us?
What's that?
Number one, our mood. Do you know when we eat certain types of food, it messes with our hormones, whether you're a male or you're a female? Yes. It messes with our sleep.
Wow.
Think about our hair, our skin. Those are the foods that God gave us. Now, the foods, the food, when you look at food, and I'm going to give it to you, you look at your fresh fruit, your vegetables, your nuts, your herbs, your herbs that heals. And your grains, your nuts and your grains, those are healing foods. See, God cared for us, so he already gave us the blueprint.
Because we lost it, or we haven't been taught it, now he has to bring preachers back of the health.
Yes.
To help us see it.
But we have to be willing, Pastor, to go from unlearn to learn. So now you have to, okay, if you're on your high horse, you have to come down low now and be willing now to carry it. You know, so we have to be willing to go from unlearn to learn. Does it take time? Absolutely. Will you feel like giving up? Absolutely. If Jesus himself wanted to give up, don't you think you would want to give up when it comes to your health? But you got to understand, it's bigger than you.
Wow.
This is bigger than you.
Wow.
Jesus realized that, you know what? Hey, this is bigger than me. So he didn't turn to himself. He went to the higher calling.
Yes.
He went to the higher calling. He realized, you know what? I can't defeat the enemy on my own. Not my will, Lord, but let your will be done. So we got to remove ourselves. And a lot of times what's holding us back from the true healing of God, not healing from men, but true healing from God, is ourselves. I am crucified with Christ. Nevertheless,
I live. Wow. He lived through. Wow. Because the temple, our body
belongs to him.
It's the temple of God. And his temple must be clean for him to live in.
Pastor, if we go think about this, and I'm not knocking anyone, but we have to be truthful to what we see and to what we know. If the church, the outside of the building is looking good, and then the inside of the building is looking good, and we, who are the one that fills up the church, and we're not feeling it looking good, something is wrong. Because we are the church. It says, Peter, upon this rock I build this church, and the gates of what? Hell shall not prevail. And we always say, no weapon that form against us shall prosper. So guess what? The foods that we eat, we're allowing these weapons to kill us, to destroy us. When we look, think about it, when we got to start and say to ourselves, you know, it's for years I've been eating like this.
Yes.
What have this done for me? We have to start holding ourselves accountable. We cannot say, well, we are old enough to learn. It is not like your mother and my mother when they didn't have all this information. But yet still, less people were what? You had sickness that was going, but you didn't hear so many.
That's right.
And they had less information. We got a cell phone in our hand. Guess what? That is more smarter than us. And we're not using it. We paying all this money for it, and all the information is at the what? Tip of our feet. Everything is there. Our parents, you know, they didn't have all this information. You know, I'm not saying that you're gonna know everything, right? But the basics. We can't go wrong with the basics.
Y'all, come on. This is good, Coach O. I'm gonna let you close us out in just a minute, but Coach O, give them how they can. I got people on here from Scotland and other places, of course, the United States, who can call you directly and all that. But people on here from Scotland, and they'll be on Paris and Bahamas. How can they contact you?
They can contact me through my regular Facebook page, Oneil Brown. My Instagram page is obfit_the fitness preacher. That's at obfit_the fitness preacher. And my phone number, you know, I'm not afraid to give it out. You know, my phone number is 321-331-6111. You know, I can't help everyone, but I'm willing to help those who really want to be helped. You know, this thing, our health is important, man. Let me say, I tell people this, it's more important than my money. Okay. You know, I tell people this, you know, if our roof is caved in, we willing to find the money immediately. True. But when it comes to our health, guess what? We neglect it. And the more we neglect it, the more we're giving the enemy the opportunity to what? Come. And you know what the enemy, you know what it says? The enemy only comes to kill, steal, and destroy. So we got to understand, we have to take matters in our hand. We have to hold ourselves accountable. We have to do what thus said the Lord. Okay, it's not about what Coach Oneil says. I'm only here. I could give you a little, but God can give you more. And at the end of the day, if you just realize to say, Lord, I let your will be done, but I'm committed to give you back this body.
Wow.
I'm committed to take this next step to become more healthier. I'm not worried about going on the scale and saying, I just want to lose 15, 20 pounds. I'm committed to be in this fight for the rest of my life because I'm willing to serve you. I'm willing to go all out. I'm willing for you to, wherever you send me, I'm willing to say, here I am, Lord, send me.
In a good, healthy body.
In a good, healthy body. If you take this home away from me, if you take this car, if you allow the enemy to take my money that's in the bank, I'm still going to serve you. I'm willing to go all out for you because guess what? What you gave me in the past was in the past, but what's ahead is greater than in the past. And we cannot be like Lot's wife, just look back.
That's right.
No, we gotta be focused.
That's right. That's right. Oh my. Keep right on preaching, sir.
We can't. Because that's what we do. We always look in the past and be like, oh man, it was no. Sometimes what's ahead is far greater than what's behind.
Yes.
Your faith is showing you what's ahead.
Yes.
Good health is there for everyone. Good health is just not for Coach Oneil.
It's for all of us.
It's for all of us. This world that we live in is just not for one set of people. It's for everyone. It's for everyone. It's not about a one. No, it's for all. It's for the human race. And we have to understand that. It's not about, Coach Oneil, he's the best. I don't care about being the best. I don't care about being number one. All I want to know, I'm getting the job done.
Man.
I'm willing to help those who really want help. This right here, I tell people, Coach, I'm passionate about this.
Yes, you are.
I'm willing to go all out. I'm willing to go all out each and every day. I tell people this is not about money for me. Anybody who knows me, they can tell you that it's not about money. It's not.
It's not, because that sea moss that he sells, somebody else was telling me they want to sell it to me. He sell it for
$15.
$15. They wanted to sell me that same size jar. It looked like it was smaller, but for $35. I told him, I said, my jar is either the same size or yours look a little smaller. Yeah, but I got to make a profit. He never talked to me about a profit. Ever. No. They wanted to sell it to me talking about a profit. When I get it from him, he's always talking about longevity in life. He's always talking about health being better, giving me scriptures or why it works and this and that. To me, that's passion. And he's not worried about being called the best or that. I think we get in trouble when we try to compete and try to outdo one another. No, what is your main passion? And Coach O, I know your passion is to see us live this life the way God has given us to live in the physical.
Yes.
I know it is, because the physical affect our spiritual.
Yes.
It does. The Bible says, so in the natural, so in the spiritual. If we bad in the natural, y'all, we're bad spiritually. If we don't have good control naturally, we do not have good control spiritually, no matter what it looks like, no matter what it feels like. And Coach O, I am thankful that God put you in our lives, because God knows I want to show up for me in my health. I want my health to be better. God is opening up so many doors for me to speak. I told them one of the reasons why I don't want to be fat, because when I was growing up, I used to see them fat evangelists, they're like that big, and they used to sit on the altar, the priest with their big white robe on with their legs open and be out of breath. I told them, Lord, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that to myself. I don't want to have myself in an obese state, and I don't have to. So I want you to come on and speak to us so we can we can be healthy. We can live a better life. These bones aching and all this kind of stuff. And
I mean, when you look at it, you know, each and every day, we have to say to ourselves, what's my purpose on earth? You know, what is my purpose? I know my purpose. You know, do you know your purpose? Because at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, you know, did you do what you were called to do? Wow. You know, and for me, this is why everything, even when I make the juice and sell the juice, I don't sell it for a profit. Because even with what we see that's going on right now, everywhere you go, everything, the price is just gone up. I don't have the heart to say, you know what, Pastor Judy, I'm selling it for 20. I can't because I understand you have your family. And if you could buy two, at least I've given you the opportunity that you can purchase two for your family. It ain't about me having 6 figures and making 6 figures. It's not about that. I want to see people be happy and healthy. I want to see fathers be able to play with their sons and daughters, mothers be able to play with their daughters, you know, the family. And when you start looking at it, we are separating ourselves so widely. When it comes to our health, we're losing the battle.
yeah,
Our family, the family, and that's the ultimate goal of Satan, to what? Destroy the family.
Wow.
And when you go back to the Garden of Eden, that was there, the family.
And it was destroyed. Listen, I know that you all have been blessed by Coach Oneil. I surely have. I'm going to put all of his information on my Facebook page, on my website, because I believe the information we receive here today will help save our life. It would take our health from poverty to wealth. It would take our health from poverty to wealth. And not only that, as we go from poverty to wealth in our physical body, we go from poverty to wealth spiritually. As our soul is prospering,
yes,
our mind change, we become disciplined. And guess who you're doing it for? You're doing it for yourself. Then he came back and said, and even that outweighs that. And when people see you're changing, they'll take you more seriously. So I say, the man in the mirror, look at it. Look at the man in the mirror, the woman in the mirror, and make that change. And then what he say? Make that change. And so,
and I'm willing to come back on to show people what they can eat. You know, what is good to eat, you know, just slowly taking steps towards it, but don't be discouraged.
I love it. I'm going to bring it back on soon so he can help us. My real desire this year is to see more of us live and not die unnecessarily. That's because we're not taking care of ourselves. So I will be bringing Coach O back on soon. But in the meantime, you keep tuning in to the Real Talk with Judy live radio show. Right here, we promise you we will bring you nothing but the best. But we want to help you be the best. There's so much more in you that this year, the Lord spared my life. We're going to get it. We want you to show up for you in your health. Go to my website, showupforyou.com, www.showupforyou.com. Order my book, Show Up For You. Follow me. I'm on Amazon. You can get it by way of Kindle. Get the book. Go get the book. It is worth it. I promise you. And but join me tomorrow night. I'll be at Greater Mount Pleasant Missionary Baptist Church with Dr. Roderick. It starts at 7. I promise you, we're going to give you 1 hour of service, 7 to 8:15, one night revival. Come, I'm going to do it too. All right, so y'all come join me, and then join me Sunday morning at 11 a.m. And remember, you don't show up for anybody else. Show up for you in your health. Excuses don't get results.
Boom.
Boom. That's real talk.
Real talk with Judy. Real talk with Judy on the radio. Real talk with Judy. Real talk with Judy on the radio.